I spend my years looking at the ground, watching where I stare, never looking around. Miss the sky above, miss the light that fell. So focused on the dirt, I forgot there was something else. One morning something pulled my chin up slow, showed me everything I've been too low to know. Eyes up, let the light find your face. Eyes up, you've been down long enough in this place. Not because the ground ain't real, not because the hurt ain't true, but there's a whole sky full of mercy waiting right above you. Stop counting all the reasons why. Eyes up, I know what it costs to lift your head again, when the weight you carry wants to pull you back in. But the same hands that put the stars in place know exactly where you are, and they're waiting on your face. Every morning is an invitation, every dawn an open door. The same light that found the broken is the one worth looking for. Eyes up, let the morning find you here. Eyes up, you've been hiding long enough in the fear. Not because it didn't break you, not because you didn't fall, but grace don't find the ones who hide, it finds the ones who call. Stop staring at the place you fell. Eyes up. Let them see your face. Let the light come in. You were never meant to spend your whole life looking at where you've been. The road ahead needs your eyes, not the road behind. Lift them up and you'll find it. You left up there was waiting all this time. Eyes up, let the whole sky be a song. Eyes up, you were made for this, you belonged here all along. Not because you earned the light, not because you got it right, but grace came all the way down here just to lift you to the height. Stop living like you lost the fight. Eyes up. Eyes up. Oh. Eyes up. Eyes up. I've walked through towns that lost their names, past quiet doors and shuttered frames. The night hung heavy where I stood, like it remembered what I was. I spoke my truths into the dark, each one landing like a mark. Counting sins beneath the stars, tracing every hidden scar. Every choice that led me here, every doubt, every fear. The sky kept watch on who we are. Counting sins beneath the stars. The wind moves slow across the plain, carrying echoes I can't name. I tried to leave them far behind, but some old road stayed something in the silence said, not every past is meant to end. Counting sins beneath the stars, tracing every hidden scar. Every mile the darkness ran, every broken, restless plan. The sky sees deeper than we are. Counting sins beneath the stars. Let the night remember me, all the truths I tried to flee. If the dawn comes slow and far, I'll still stand where I am. Counting sins beneath the stars, learning who we really are. Every shadow left its sign, every fall redrew the line. But the sky don't judge too hard, it just holds us where we are. I've stood where the air turned thin, where every doubt was closing in. The past kept knocking at my door, like it's still on me like before. But something deep refused to bend, a quiet strength I couldn't end. I walked out of the fire alive, with nothing left of me to hide. Every step through smoke and flame burned away what wasn't mine to claim. The dark said I would fall entire, but I walked out of the fire. Echo through the roads I take, but time don't stop for who you were. It moves ahead for who you are. Somewhere in that fading heat, I felt the ground beneath my feet. I walked out of the fire alive, with nothing left in me to hide. Every step through smoke and flame burned away what wasn't mine to claim. The dark said I would fall entire, but I walked out of the fire. I walked out of the fire, oh, through the heat I kept my soul. Every mile the flames conspired, only built the will inside. The past may whisper like a liar, but I walked walked out of the fire. I spent years talking in silence, like it knew the shape of my name. Every mile felt like a question I was too tired to explain. I kept walking past the warning signs like they weren't meant for me. Every night I closed my eyes and woke up further from who I'd be. But something shifted in the quiet, like a door left open in the dark. I ain't lost anymore. Something in me finally turned north. I was circling the same old storms before, but I ain't lost anymore. The night still speaks in the same old voice, but it don't decide my course. I was drifting far from any shore. I ain't lost anymore. Carry years I never lived, like a coat I couldn't take off. Every mirror told a story I was trying hard to outrun. But the ground felt different yesterday, like it finally knew my weight. And for the first time in a long while, I didn't feel like a mistake. And the quiet said it clear enough: you don't have to disappear. I ain't lost anymore. Something in me finally turned north. I was circling the same old storms before, but I ain't lost anymore. The night still speaks in the same old voice, but it don't decide my course. I was drifting far from any shore. I ain't lost anymore. Now I ain't lost anymore. There's a path where there wasn't before. I spent years at a closing door, but I ain't lost anymore. The world didn't change overnight, but I finally know what's mine, and that's something worth fighting for. I ain't lost anymore. I built my years on level ground, but kept on drifting further down. I knew which way the true north led. I just kept pointing south instead. I've held the needle to the light, watched it pull away from everything I called right. A good man still can lose his way. You don't need bad intentions just to go astray. Still standing at the end of wrong, still humming pieces of a half-forgotten song. Grace don't care what broke the trust. A good man with a broken compass. My father walked a straight, clean line. I measured every crooked step of mine. But measuring without the grace just leaves a man with emptier space. I don't need maps or perfect roads, just something true enough to carry through these loads. A good man still can lose his way. The map you're given ain't the road you walk today. Still breathing through the crooked mile, still finding something worth the distance in the trial. Chris, don't ask what you discussed. A good man with a broken compass. Let him say I drifted wide, let him count the years I tried, every wrong road I have known still carried me towards something I couldn't see from home. A good man still can lose his way. He don't need to be perfect just to find the straight. Every detour, every birth was just the price of something only pain could earn. Still standing in the dust, broken compass still points home. Still I've walked through places cold and bare, where even hope won't wander there. The silence knew me far too well. Every shadow had a tale to tell. I carried weight no eye could see, each step carving what I'd be. I walked through hell and faced the flame, came out breathing still the same. Every scar along the way marks the price I chose to pay. The night tried hard to drag me down, but I walked through hell and still stand now. I've heard the world say turn around, when every road just circled down, but something deep refused to fall, a quiet voice that outlived it all. Through every storm that crossed my trail, something in me would not fail. I walked through hell and faced the flame, came out breathing still the same. Every scar along the way marks the price I chose to pay. The night tried hard to drag me down, but I walked through hell and still stand now. Let the dark remember me. I know who I used to be, but the road ahead is mine. Step by step, one line at a time. I walked through hell and kept my soul. Through the fire I took control.